Yes. Yes.
Hello, hello. Okay, listen. So I have had the privilege and the pleasure to talk to you ladies a couple of times now. But for people who may not know you, please introduce yourselves as individuals and as a business entity.
Hold on for one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to get some controls going here. Okay. We're all set.
Okay. Okay. So tell us a little bit. Well, tell us first who you are and then tell us about your business platforms as twin entrepreneurs.
So my name is Kanya Olivier and Ebony. I am Ebony Olivier, and we are the Career Coach Twins. Yes. Job and Training Executive.
I love that.
um,
Okay.
we are virtual coaches, so you can access us anywhere around the world, but we are headquartered in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Yeah. So we are not just virtually, or we could be in person as requested, but 100% most of the time when we do our coaching, it is virtually. Yeah. So we are business to customer, which is client based, and then we also do corporate training as well. Yeah.
Okay, and so people that are not familiar, tell us what career coaches are. Like, what do you do?
So career coaches, we will help you with resume writing, or we'll create the resume for you. We also help with market interviewing, salary negotiations. We also will write your severance packages. Also, we'll write an employee contract for you, and that's just on the basic level. And after that, we will be there. I mean, from the start of when you start your first the job up until you reach that executive level. So once you get the job, so say if you are seeking our services to obtain a job, once you get the job, that's not the end. No, we are your career motivators. Yes. Because sometimes you just need that little pick me up here and there to get you through. And then we're here during your the life span of your career. And as you move up, there's going to be other challenges. Yes. So you need that listening ear, you need that guidance to help coach you along the way. Mm-hmm. So once you hit the mark of supervisor, manager, VP, all the way to executive, there's many things that in roadblocks, not even roadblocks, but issues that you may face. And we are your coaches to coach you through it up until you get to, even when you get to that executive level, we're still here. So we are along with you on your whole duration of your career journey. Yeah.
And of course, we know that as career coaches, your business helps everybody, but tell us your target market. Who is your target market?
Women.
Women.
Women. Yes.
Okay, I love it. And listen, pre-interview, one of the things that I like that you ladies said is, listen, we're passionate about this. This is what we
Exactly.
want to do. We want to be
Yes.
here. Tell me about where that passion came from. How did you guys make a decision that this is what we want to do? And not only is this what we want to do, but we have a passion to help.
I guess I'll start from what we do, and I'll explain to you what my background is. My background is in construction, engineering, and technology. I
Mhm.
oversaw civil engineering projects, and there's little to no women visibility there. So I became like an unofficial coach, a cheerleader, a sounding board, and I created a network of women in those fields and helped them, and we all helped each other, but helped them through their careers, getting a promotion, getting the salary that they wanted, you
Right.
know, and that they needed sometimes, and helping them through their career to get that corner office. And it wasn't a lot of coaches that were coaching within that construction, engineering, and technology field. So I was that, and that I became so passionate about doing that. And then Ebony, you tell them what your background and why you. So she was like an unofficial coach. She was doing coaching, but not as an actual certified career coach. Yeah. And my background is in human resources. I'm very well versed in the human resources realm, starting from recruiting to labor relations to doing investigations and all in between. So I have union contracts, oversee benefits. So I have over 10 years of experience in the human resources field. But as a recruiter, I remember when I would recruit for different positions and I would see that a lot of women never negotiated their salary. They were very
Wow.
scared and they would just take whatever was offered. So if I offered them $50,000, they would say yes. But I would also hear hesitation as well, like, well, I guess yes. And then for men, I would say, well, $50,000, and they would say, nope, that's not going to be okay because of my family and different things. I believe that with my talent, my experience, I'm asking for 70,000. And I would talk to the woman or the women, and they had more experience and they had more skills, more abilities, but they wouldn't ask for much. So I would take the first salary that was given or stated. Yeah. So what I would do is I had to change my tactic when it came to women. And as a recruiter, I would say, well, the position starts at $50,000, or do you want to start the negotiation process? And just with that little switch, a light bulb went off and they would say, oh, I can negotiate. Do you want to negotiate? So
Right.
I had a fine dance because again, my job was to get the top tier talent for the lowest amount. That was the job as a recruiter. So I had to save the company money, but time and time again, I would see that women would not, negotiate their salary. And I knew that they were leaving a lot of money on the table. But also, as an HR person, I have to make sure that people are being paid equally. So I had to do this happy dance. And with that, again, I would see the men negotiate. I would see them cross off like an offer letter and just write in a bunch of stuff and demand write in a bunch of benefits that they wanted, write in what they want as salary, write in and negotiate many of the incentives that they had. So we knew stock options. Exactly. And just everything. Retirement investments. So we knew that our career coaching was better service for the women community. Absolutely. And we want to help our women to get what they need, get what they deserve. That's what it is. Get what they deserve. Yeah. So that's
Come on,
how
women
Johnny B.
power.
Train.
Listen, I hear the women power, like let's go, this platform kind of liberation, this movement that has been going on.
Exactly.
Now, my question, just hearing your backgrounds, because you have two very different backgrounds, how do you work together as a team with combined strength to best serve your clients?
Oh, that's good. Well, I know with Kanya, she does a great job with the inner work. Yes. So really, really good job. So when we say the inner work, we mean that before we start coaching, we have to work on the inner work. We have to work on what we were always told, get your foot in the door or start the job and then work your ass off and then they will see. And then that's when you can ask for a raise or a higher amount, which is never ever the case. It's so hard to then negotiate after. So I had to break that inner mindset, what we were told culturally, also too the experiences that women experienced in their previous jobs or their previous roles. It could be from misogyny, discrimination, or whatever the case it may bring or may be, and they carry that on to the next position. So women are very armored and they're on guard. So I have to help the inner work and kind of tell them that it's going to be okay and work on their inner selves so they don't carry their past experiences with them. And I help with that. And once that is once they're able to just believe in themselves and have the courage and be fearless, that's when Ebony takes over, and then she works on the outer workings, and she'll tell you a little bit about that. Absolutely. So when it comes to negotiating or when it comes to interviewing, we work on some techniques and polish. Basically, I just polish everything. Make sure that you know what you bring to the table, your value. And what I do is we work on that and polishing it up and putting in a really pretty package to deliver it in an interview or in a networking event. And any opportunity, we're just packaging your value, your skill sets up, and then presenting it with a really pretty bow. So I do the polishing to make sure you're tip-top shape for your next opportunity. Exactly.
So, Kanya, you do kind of the recultivating of the mindset. And Ebony, what you do is you pull it all together with a pretty bow by helping prospective employers see the finished product. Like, hey, and you also help women with the confidence to market themselves to a certain standard so that they can promote themselves. And now we've talked a little bit about your target market being females. And as I said, you do help everybody. But I specifically want to, you know, kind of focus in on a specific area, right, with females. And I want to talk about being a Black female in corporate America, the stigmas that, women being of African American descent, right, that they face, stuff as from their hairstyles. Because I know a couple of years ago, and maybe Ebony, you can help kind of navigate through this question too. A couple of years ago, there was a big thing with women having dreadlocks in corporate America, right? African American women dressing a certain way, not necessarily wearing heels in corporate America. Tell me kind of how you help your clients navigate through that type of discriminatory culture that is existent in corporate America.
I'll be lying if I say that you don't have to be a little bit more polished than someone that's not Black. I'll be lying. And I tell my clients that you have to show up very neat, because it brings out your abilities, it brings out your skill sets, and it's able to shine a lot more and be on the same level as your abilities, your knowledge. So I tell them to, dress up a little bit more than your non-Black counterparts, because your non-Black counterparts can get away with the messy bun, while we may not be able to get away with a messy bun look, we have to show up a lot more neater. Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now, being African American women yourselves in corporate America. And listen, I'm just looking at y'all and I'm like, yes, come through, Black girl magic queens, right? So, and being in corporate America, making a decision to, launch your platform and your business, right? As entrepreneurs, what incentives have you implemented in order to help your clients kind of get over that hurdle? Because I know, like, kind of, Kanye, you hit on this a little bit about the mindset that we carry with us. What initiatives have you put in place to help your clients get over that mindset and kind of recultivate their way of thinking so they aren't blocking themselves based on preconceived mindsets?
So we have a lot of activities to help our clients out. One is called the KSA, which is knowledge, skills, and abilities.
Wow, okay.
So what that activity does is that it lists all of the knowledge that you have as far as degrees, as far as the skills that you obtain, the applications that you know, and it does a really good, thorough job into languages that you know, identifying all your knowledge, skills, and abilities and experiences that you have and what you obtained during your all throughout your career and even in your through your education.
Right.
And I asked them to put a value on those skills, knowledge, abilities. So once they list it out and once they put a value, well, first listing it out, and then we'll work on the reflection. Like, so they reflect on their past abilities. And it's like an epiphany, like, whoa, look at all of the stuff that I have achieved.
Wow.
So they feel grateful, they feel proud. you know?
Mhm.
So that's the first step. And then I ask them to put a value on there. And then we work on that. And then that's the inner
Right.
work, because sometimes they undervalue. And
Right.
that's all women undervalue um, along with their KSAs. And then we have to work on that. And that's the first step. And then the second step is the gold mine worksheet that we have. That's also a system, and that's with the negotiation part. And the gold mine worksheet just asks them to provide all of their expenses, their wants, and their needs. Once they do that calculation, they come up with the amount of money that they need to ask for.
Wow.
And
Okay.
once they see that, yes. And once they see that number, they're like, okay. They're very, very scared to ask for that number. And then we do the inner works again. So I know sometimes a lot of the women that we assist and coach, they suffer from imposter syndrome. Exactly.
Where
Where imposter syndrome means that they don't value their skill sets, their abilities, their knowledge.
Or they
Sometimes
doubt.
they doubt it.
Yes.
Sometimes they're invited to different things, or they're awarded, or they're given prizes for what they've done or what they've achieved, and they believe that anyone could have done that.
Yes.
Yeah, or they believe that they don't belong in this room full of
Or
people
in
that
that
have done so
position.
many great things, or even the position that they're not smart enough. They're not enough to be able to meet
Exactly.
the expectations that that position requires. So we also tackle that too.
Yes.
And it's through other activities as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Listen,
so yes, we do an assessment, but we
I
got them
am
taken care
blown
of. Oh
away
yeah.
over here. I don't know if you saw my face change because I've never even heard of imposter syndrome. I'm like, wait, what? Hold on. Let me look. Let me get my imaginary pen and write that down. Because hold on. So, wow. So this is not like, oh, well, we're going to talk it. No, this is a fully thought out, formulated business, as you said, that we're going to help you from start to finish in every aspect and every dynamic of your career. Like, girl, we here and we got you, right? So, with that being said, because it sounds like you have
Yes.
some amazing initiatives that you have implemented based on the initiatives, your experience, your clientele, where do you see your business going in the next 3 years? What goals have you set for twin career coaches? What's the next level? Like what's the next step for you guys in your business?
Nice. So I'll answer that. um, we've been doing a lot of outreach, especially virtually.
Yeah.
We've touched on even some other countries beyond the US. So Mexico, India, so Korea. So we have a lot of different clients in other countries. And what we're seeing now in this economy, that employers are looking outside of the US to delegate some of their stuff,
Right.
or their tasks, or some parts of their business elsewhere and outside of the country. So we're seeing that we are
Expanding internationally.
expanding internationally. And we
Wow.
want to do a lot more of that.
Yes.
And a lot of women are contacting us because they want to know what the going salary rate is in America. So they work on mock interviewing, they work on modifying their resume so that it can be tip top shape for the US market. So we help our clients internationally do that because they want to tap into the US job market. And our goal is to do a lot more trainings and seminars.
Yes.
Bigger seminars than we would. Sometimes our seminars like 25, 30, 40 people. But our seminars and training and coaching, more like a live coaching or a live
Exactly.
training. We also have our virtual interview course that we
Yes.
have online. So people can also see us 24/7 and
Exactly.
utilize our services 24/7 online through our training virtual courses. But we do see ourselves doing bigger training selling
Right.
out, yeah, um, conferences and
Exactly.
bigger venues. And also we do a little bit of motivational speaking. So that was just our four things. It's motivational speaking, like Ebony
Yes.
said. Also reaching more of the international women in different countries,
Hmm.
and then having our clients utilize our online job interview training course. So those are our goals, and to do more of the public speaking,
Yes.
and to be and create conferences that we are reaching more people. So those are our four goals.
Listen, I know I done said this talking to y'all pre-interview. I am so, so
Here's
proud of the two of you. Listen,
yeah.
I can't say enough. I'm just over here blown away, right? I'm sitting here thinking, wait a minute, what? I just I am grateful, right? That the two of you saw a need, right? Not just because you're business partners, but you're sisters. I'm grateful for your different dynamic that bridges a platform for the gender bias and inequalities and inequities that happen not just in male dominated fields, but that happen across corporate America, and not just in America, like internationally. You saw a need, you jumped in, you had a passion for that need, and you're kind of doing your part to facilitate that need, as well as you are doing your part to continue to expand, to make sure no woman left behind. I am all here for the liberation of women, because of course that has been a really big platform since about the 1970s, right? We burned our bras to be liberated in Washington. And so, I mean, none of us were here for that, but that's our moms, or maybe our grandma's stories, right? But seeing how
Yes.
you are really coming onto the scene in current climate corporate America, right? And helping to bridge the equity and inequalities. Now, my next question for you, I want to know, aside from the business, because Kanye, you just had a new baby. Congratulations on the baby, right? So
Thank you.
your job as a entrepreneur, right, full time, and as a mom full time, how do you fulfill those different obligations and keep a balance? What does your balance look like? Don't laugh. I
Ooh,
saw that chuckle. Don't laugh.
I will. So I will be lying if I said that it's difficult, and I will be lying to tell you that yeah, I have it all together. I don't. I don't have it all together. I'm still balancing. I have a new baby. She just turned 5 months, and having to be wife, mom now, entrepreneur, sister. It's hard, but I'm making it work with my village, with my great awesome husband. I make it work, and I do carve out time for myself, and I let him know I need time for myself, and we just make adjustments as we go.
And now, Ebony, this one is for you. Kind of the same question. As a single woman, entrepreneur, and you still have your full time job in corporate America, how do you find time to
Yes.
just live as a single woman? Like, what does that look like?
Well, that looks like balance. Um, I have my full-time job, 9 to 5, and then I do career coaching, usually more in the afternoons, evenings, uh, especially for women that are in their careers, and then they come home, and that's when they need the coaching after work. So I'm able to understand how it feels to have a full-time job, and then coach either people that want to obtain another opportunity, or I coach them on their current job, and then just giving them some development and leadership training and coaching as they're working their current job. But as a single person, I have to use my calendar and look up different pockets of space of time so that I can decompress and do what I want to do, travel, and do what all the single people do, just have fun and, put myself out there.
Of course, of course. Ladies, thank you so much for meeting with me. But before we go, please tell me, because I would like to pin like your contact information for prospective clients, right? Please tell me how prospective clients can find you so that they can consult with you.
On our social medias, but also, and I will send you